Patina code. I'm Dennis, and I'm here right now, as you can see in the background, with the tailgate off my 56 Chevy bare metal pickup truck. This is going to be a rat rod. In my last video that I posted on here, it was about how to make your own bedwood with a router. And today, I want to talk to you guys about how to do a lace paint job using spray paint. Now I know you're like, come on man, spray paint, really? But no, hear me out. If you're just starting out and you want to experiment on doing a lace paint job, this would be the way to do it. So you could get kind of the fundamentals and gain a little bit of experience before you decide to use the HVLP gun. Now, this is a budget build, so obviously spray paint is a lot cheaper. And I can get it done pretty quick. I won't have to drag out airlines and all that. It's cold out here right now in Missouri. So we're inside the shop. I got everything set up, prepared, and ready to go. And we're gonna use spray paint. I've done it before. I've done it on the roof of this truck and it came out amazing. It looks like it was done professionally. You know, a lot of people like it and ask me who I had to do it, you know, and they didn't realize I did it and I did it with spray paint. So today I'm gonna show you how we can do this. And like I said, it's really easy. It doesn't take much time and it'll come out looking like it comes out professionally. All it takes is time, patience, and you just pay attention to what you're doing. So before we get started, I want to outline a few things that you're going to need to complete this project. So the first thing you're going to need is painter's tape, obviously, because you're going to want to mask off your areas. You're going to need painter's plastic or some variant of that to cover the overspray to make sure you don't get it anywhere that you don't want to paint. Then you're going to need the lace, and of course you're going to need paint. So before we begin with this, very first thing you want to do is make sure that the metal that you're going to be painting on is completely clean. So you can use any types of solvents to clean this. I prefer alcohol because it goes on, it evaporates quick, and there's no mess. And you use a tack cloth or microfiber cloth. But you can also use paint thinner, mineral spirits, any type of cleaner that will clean the metal and make sure that you have no metal shavings or you have no dust, no dirt, because that's the worst thing, is getting little dust particles in there that settle on something and you paint over it and then it's raised up and there you are touching up your work. So with that said, let me get started and show you how we go about doing this. All right, we got everything taped off. We got the painter's tape on, we got the painter's plastic down, everything's masked and ready to be painted. You gotta go over it one more time, prepare it with your mineral spirits, your alcohol, get the surface clean, make sure that there's no lint balls, no little hair, or just dust from you taping and getting the painter's plastic down, and make sure the oil off your fingers and your hands did not get on there to mess with your paint. So go over it, hit it clean, hit it with the tack cloth, make sure everything's evaporated, then we can begin with the paint. Normally I'd skip past this part, but being it that I'm doing it with the rattle can, I want to actually show you that I'm doing it with the rattle can. That way you guys don't think I'm just pulling your leg. So here we go. Okay, we got the primer down. So the next step is here to let it dry. And then if you noticed, I'm using metallic paints. And most of these lace jobs are done with a metallic paint. And like on the real cool cars that are done with the professionals, they throw metal flake on it. But the reason why we're gonna use a metallic paint is because you get it down there, and if you do it the way that I'm gonna show you how to do it, you can blend the lines of the lace. So we're gonna make a border. And the first thing would be to do is spray the silver. But we're gonna have to tape off where we want that after we get the silver over top of the primer. And then after that, we'll mask that off, and then we'll go over it with the black metallic. Let that dry, come back, pull the tape off from around the silver masking, and then lay the lace, hit it with the silver, the pattern will show black, the lace imprint will be outlined in the metallic silver, and then you'll have that border around the edge where it catches, you know, the ends, the overspray. So, and it'll blend real nice. So just let this dry and then we'll get back to it. All right, so primer's dry. It's time to go over with the metallic silver to create the border. So that way, when it's time to throw the lace on, the lace will blend into this border. So now you'll let the metallic dry. And you can see that it's on the outer edges of where I'm going to create this border. It's a little bit of overspray and it's a little wider in over top and below the letters, but that's okay because we're going to cover it with our second coat, which will be the black. Okay, the metallic's dry. Now it's time to create the border. So we're going to get our painter's tape out and we're going to go around the edges of what we want to be the border. It's up to you as to how thick or how wide you want the border. Mine's just going to be a thin border because it's just right inside of a rectangle here on the tailgate. But let me get to this. That way we can go on to the next step. All right, we got the border masked out. Now it's time to wipe it down one more time before we hit it with the black metallic. And what we're going to have when this is completed is the black is going to show the actual pattern in the fabric. We're going to lay the fabric over top of the black metallic once it dries. Then we're going to hit it with the silver metallic, and that's going to give the outline. And then it's going to fade into that border, which we just did in the last step. So let's get to spraying the black metallic, and then we'll be one step closer to completing this project. With the black paint all dry, now it's time to peel back our border. So we're going to peel back our painter's tape, and it's going to reveal the silver, our silver border. After this, we're going to get the lace, lay it down, get it nice, tight, and snug, and then we will spray the silver over top of that. All right, we got the lace ready to go on the pattern here. So it's very important that you get the lace laid out the way that you want it to be, and then cut the edges of it off, but leave you enough room to where you can apply your tape. The tape is going to hold the lace in place so that it doesn't shift and move and bunch up when you hit it with the paint. Just the air coming out of the spray can or the HVLP, it can move it and bunch it, and then you'll have a mess. So what you're going to want to do is start at the top, tape it off, then come down to the bottom of your lace, pull it snug, get some tape on there, then you go to either side and do the same thing. I'm going to be painting this on some raised letters, so there's concaves and contours. So I left the lace a little loose so that it could fall into those contours on the Chevrolet tailgate here. So the next step to this is very important also. When you go to shoot the paint over the lace, you can't do it like you did when you're laying down the base coat. You can't hit it and then hit it and then hit it. You get generally one shot at this. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna spray, then go right over that, then under that, then under that. And then you'll still get your overlapping, but the metallic paint will cover it and it'll be nice. If you spray over it, try to coat it twice, you'll saturate the lace, it'll stick to your project, and then you're gonna have a mess. So with that said, we're gonna get to work on this and we're gonna see how it turns out. All right, so now it's time for the great reveal. So I'm gonna peel this up, and just like you guys, I'm gonna be seeing it for the first time. And I'm confident that I did all right. Just wanna gently remove the lace. So starting out, you can see what we got. That's the lace pattern on the tailgate. Got the lace pulled off and it's looking pretty nice. So now it's going to be time for the very final step. All right, everyone, I promised you that I'd tell you there's a way to get this dazzling effect, and this is how you're going to do it with this right here. It's Duplicolor Clear Effects, and you can kind of see how it reflects on the label, on the packaging. That's how it's going to turn out when you put it on your project. And let me tell you, this stuff works really well. It'll give you depth. It'll highlight even the colors that you sprayed it over. And then the clear coat itself is just, it's pretty amazing. So what you would do is you put a light coat, just mist it, and then you come back with a heavy coat. And then that'll give you your final clear coating, and it'll give you just, like it says, an effect. It gives you a nice effect, and it'll look really good when you get out in the sun. Sun's going down, I'm sure, but I'll get a flashlight and I'll put it on there, and you guys get to see how the colors move and the metallic paint underneath just sparkles and dances. So just give me a second. we'll get this laid down, and then I'll give you guys a demonstration of what it looks like. So remember those borders we put in? And how you see the purpose for having the border. See how that all just blended in? You can't even tell where we were at with the silver. But look at that paint job. See how it's glistening? It's got a nice, deep, crisp sparkle to it. Looks like a bunch of diamonds going off, just like the professionals. And once again, you got to remember that these letters, they got tape over them. So when I pull this tape off, they're going to be bare against my backdrop of the lace. So that's going to be pretty dope. But I'm just hoping that you guys see that with a little time, patience, and some effort, you can do stuff on your own with rattle cans or with spray gun. But the point is, you can do it. You don't have to have somebody do it. I'm not a professional. I just learned how to do this stuff by reading and watching other people do stuff. And then I just started doing it. So hopefully somebody else will get that same spirit and they'll do the same thing. All right, so what do you guys think? Turned out pretty nice, right? For rattle cans. So you have to imagine it with the paint pulled off the letters, which I'm not going to do that right now. I want the paint to fully cure, so it'll be about a day or two before I go back and pull those loose. So I hope this video encouraged somebody to try this. And in the era of, you know, there's a right way, there's a wrong way to do things, I'm not into all that. If this helps somebody, cool. I'm not saying that this is the way you should always do it, but I was just showing you that you can do some cool stuff for a little bit of money, cheaper than what it would cost you to go and pay somebody and have it done. So if you experiment on blank metal, it's a good way to learn it. I hope that I just helped you guys out. That's all I was trying to do. And if you want to know more about this truck and some of the other things that I got going on, you can go to my Instagram page at Novelty Classic, or you could jump over to at Patina Code, and that's where all of the action is. So if you got a project or you got a finish ride, patina rod, rat rod, hot rod, come on over, follow us. We'll follow you back, send us some pictures, and give us some specs on your ride, and we'll get you featured and put you up there with the rest of the members of Patina Code. It's a great group of people. The site is designed around people building their own things. Everybody's welcome. And it's just, I want to start something to where people that are beginners can jump in and ask questions and not be afraid to ask questions. And us on the other end would help you out and say, okay, this is what you would do. And with the members that we got, it's growing fast. We just started this. There's going to be somebody there to help you. So you got a project you want to highlight, you want to feature, you want to show, come on over to Patina Code. Let us see what you got. Let us put you on the board. There ain't no competition. There's no nonsense. There's none of that bullshit. None of it. We're all cool. We're all doing our own thing, sharing ideas, and just checking each other's stuff out. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, go check out them Instagram pages. Definitely check out Patina Code. That's where it's at. Thanks.